Yeah, they're probably like sissy aliens and shit. You just slap them and be like, get out of here, little alien.
You don't slap the alien when it comes down. Then they're going to come back.
Well, see, but that's what you think aliens are because they're scared to show you. But what if they're scared? What if the aliens are scared of us? That's what I said. If an alien landed right here, you just... And then he'll leave, but you're scared of aliens.
Welcome to the Fourth Act, our entertainment podcast, where once a week we discuss a topic in TV, movies, and more. My name is Gabe, and I'm joined once again, making his return to the pod, my brother, Augie.
Mochigome.
/Mochigome.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump? That's a good name.
Hell yeah.
When did you come up with that?
I was at the gym running.
That's where you get your best thinking? Okay. And today... This is our second round of our Versus series. First time we did Pursuit of Happiness versus Edge of Tomorrow. Go check that out. This time, another banger. You probably didn't even notice we did this, but we did Martin Scorsese versus Quentin Tarantino, baby, in a unification title match.
I saw something in Wolf of Wall Street. He was watching a movie, and I thought it was Reservoir Dogs for a little bit, but it's the same actor as Mr. Bean.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, he was watching
Steve Buscemi.
The Denzel Washington did a remake of it, The Equalizer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I was watching. I thought it was the movie, but it wasn't.
Okay, well, we'll get into that. Before we start, if you haven't already and you're watching, maybe this is your second video, go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to build something here. We're getting more engagement. We're getting more comments. We're getting more likes. Patreon. Still no Patreon. We said we got to hit 1,000. That's quite a ways away. Right now, the goal is 75. Help us get there. If you like, hit subscribe, like, share, do all that shit. Brother, are you ready?
Yes.
Now, first, we're going to go into Reservoir Dogs. And, well, before we officially start, we're going to spoil everything. If you're only here for one movie, go ahead and fast forward. There's going to be timestamps. But if you're here for Reservoir Dogs, let's do it. So, Reservoir Dogs. I should have popped up a little synopsis or something, but Reservoir Dogs is a movie about, a group of gangsters that are doing a jewel robbery. They're robbing a jewelry store and shit goes wrong. That's the basic premise. What did you think?
At first, I saw the trailer.
At first?
I saw this one I saw the trailer.
So what did you think going into it? And then tell me what you thought about the movie.
All right, I thought it was a bank robbery, just a regular bank robbery, just money.
Just a regular one.
Yeah, just money. And then obviously someone's going to get away with the money. Everybody's going to die at the end, so obviously Tarantino.
Okay.
So it's like shootout, someone's going to live or someone's going to have a vest and then walk out. That's what I thought.
Yeah. That was pretty close. Pretty close.
There were diamonds.
That's
the only difference. But
you saw the movie. What did you think?
I liked it.
Like it or love it?
I liked it. I would like a remake of it.
Already, you're just down for the remake.
Because I don't think you could do a continuation, but I mean, there is other people out there, he said, that are working. So it's not like it just ends here.
Yeah, and that's what you had asked me earlier, if this is a prequel to something. Not a prequel, but this does have a connection to Pulp Fiction, where, what's his name from Pulp Fiction? Why am I forgetting his name? The main, long hair.
What's on next?
Danny Zuko from Grease. What's his name?
John Travolta.
Yeah. John Travolta's character is the brother of Mr. Blonde, the crazy guy in this one.
Oh, see, they are all connected.
They're not all connected. That's just one of the.
It's in the same world.
Yeah, I was watching a video about it, and they break it down where there's two different universes where he's there is I think called the real universe or something like that. That's connected. Verse. And then, but in that universe, they'll watch movies like Kill Bill and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like how, yeah.
But anyway, I want
them to remake it if they could, but obviously, I guess Tarantino could do it himself.
He's done. He said
he's not
one more movie.
No more?
That's what he said.
Well, do this one then.
Let him take 5-10 years off, and he's gonna miss it. Watch. Then he's gonna have a comeback. But anyway, so you're already talking about remakes. What did you think of this movie?
I liked it. Do you want me to say everything?
Well, just generally, like if you were to give a review,
I'll
three
say what
sentences.
I didn't like first.
Okay.
I didn't like that we didn't get to see Mr. Purple.
Mr. Purple.
Or anything he's about.
Okay. I don't think that was important.
You can make a sequel right now. Quick one. You can make a sequel called Mr. Purple. And then he's just...
You got to do like an HBO Max spinoff.
He's just the new boss. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that was meant to be anything important. See, you're
I'm
seeing
gonna make
this...
I'm doing it the same as Kill Bill, as the daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to get... So, the same thing as the daughter.
Okay.
I just took a random Spider-Man bagel. I took it out of there.
Okay.
And I turned
So, what did you think about this movie?
No, I liked it. I liked it. I want them to make a remake. I could talk about each of the characters.
Okay. Well, if you just wanted to deep dive into everything, what'd you like? Favorite moments, favorite characters? Take me wherever you want.
All right. Okay. At first, they have to watch it to get the characters because I just know their names.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is full spoilers. So if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. And if you're lost, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead.
They go in, or it starts off, he's shot in the back. He's all bloody and shit. So I was like, all right.
Mr. Orange.
Mr. Orange, yeah. So I was like, shit's already going down. Shit's going down. They get to the place. He's telling them he's not going to die. I figured they're probably just going to leave Mr. Orange there. Like, that's just the beginning of the movie. They're going to leave him there. Continue with the movie. Maybe run from the cops. Slowly get caught and all this shit. And so they stay there. They stay at the warehouse. But when Mr. Pink got there.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, he started saying... that someone had to tell all this shit and all that. And at first I was like, he's probably so panicked. He really thinks someone told. But then I started thinking, because he corrected his story. He's like, no, that he started shooting. Then they pushed the alarm. And
he's very like paranoid. Like, even before when we see them, because that's how the movie opens. We do see them like at breakfast first, or at lunch.
About Like a Virgin. They talk about it.
Yeah. The song, and they'll give their interpretations on it, whatever. That's what Tarantino's good at, his dialogue. Like, just instantly, you get all these characters in like 5 minutes.
And same with that movie, I didn't even notice. In your movie, they have a discussion about a song too. I don't remember, but
in Wolf,
yeah, or they have like a little conversation about something. I probably wrote it down, but
3 hours, man. I heard a lot of conversations in 3 hours.
So, yeah, I thought Mr. Pink was already trying to change the story. He's acting panicked, so I was like, it's probably him. And then, of course, I forgot his freaking name. It's not Mr. Blue, because
Mr. White, like the
other guy that came, the crazy one.
Oh, Mr. Blonde.
Okay, Mr. Blonde. Yeah, that dude, when he came and he started saying they should have listened to me, that he pretty much got mad because they didn't listen to him. So he only shot them because they pushed the alarm.
Yeah,
he didn't start shooting first. Once they pushed the alarm, he starts.
But regardless, like, he made the situation worse.
Oh yeah, but
so we thought.
But because the other guy had the story wrong, I was like, he's already trying to make them fight each other.
Mr. Pink, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
I was like, he's trying to make them start messing with the story and shit.
Since it came up already, that was going to be one of my questions to you: is who did you think was the rat? So you thought it was Steve Buscemi?
I thought it was him because of all that shit right there.
And he's the one that's all bringing it up and everything.
Yeah. So, okay, so yeah, I thought it was him, and then what's his name starts explaining it, and then he's like, "You're crazy," all this shit. Like and then he explains it more. He said, "Bang, bang, bang." So he only shot.
Like, bang, bang. Yeah. All the actors are so good in this movie.
I ended up liking him more than I thought. I liked him,
Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde,
the crazy ass.
Yeah, because I was like, this dude, like, he's freaking. And then I like how they show the character. Like he comes in, he introduced himself. They're like, "Where were you?" He says his story, and then it goes back to when they met, or like it tells their backstory pretty much.
It does that for 3 characters. For White, for Blonde when he gets introduced. Yeah. Well, when he comes into the warehouse, and then for Mr. Orange, the big reveal.
So so then who comes next? The son, huh? I forgot his name. I forgot his actual, because the dad is Joe.
It's like nice guy something.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he comes and he starts telling them like, "Yo, we have to split. Like, we're gonna go get the diamonds and all this shit.
Yeah, get the diamonds, move the cars.
Yeah, do all this shit." So then when he leaves them alone, with the cop, and all that, and then he started
torturing.
Like he starts cutting him and shit. It was like almost like American Psycho, like that scene when he plays the music and shit.
Okay.
Have you seen this shit?
No.
You haven't seen American Psycho?
Wait, American? Like it's Christian Bale?
Yeah.
I was thinking about just regular Psycho, but no, I've never seen that movie. Hey, look at that!
Yeah.
You can add it to the list.
he explains the song and then he kills some dude. But
okay.
anyways, yeah. So I was like, this is like some American Psycho shit right here. He's gonna freaking torture him and all that. I thought he was gonna kill Mr. Orange.
And this scene is really iconic for the whole like stuck in the middle with you while he's torturing the cop. And another quick note: if you don't like cops, these guys hate cops as well. Like one of them when they're talking about like what happened, like, oh, did you kill anybody? Like,
people?
I killed a couple of cops. He's like, but no, like normal people or regular people, something like that. Like they don't give a shit about cops at all.
So yeah, but okay, so
real people. That's what he said. Any real people. Yeah.
So then, he was doing all that shit. He's all torturing them. But before that, he had went up to Mr. Orange and he checked him. He started looking. So I was thinking
there's a bunch of little details
I was
like that.
He's gonna kill him or like to see if he really got shot or whatever. And then I started thinking, okay, so I left. I saw this movie in 2 parts too.
Okay.
So I left. I went to the gym. I came back. And then I was...
So you were thinking about it or what?
Yeah, and then I started thinking Saw shit. And I was like, because Saw, he was just laying there the whole movie.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy probably didn't even get shot. He's just right here faking it. This whole time I was like, maybe he's the snitch. So then, this dude popped up. And shot him, and I was like...
And it comes out of nowhere. Well, I don't know if you had time to think about that before. So
I just thought he shot him because he was like, once he kills him, he's going to kill me. Like, he checked my...
And even earlier, what I noticed this time around when I watched it is Mr. White is even saying, like, I almost killed him myself because of how crazy he is, you know?
Yeah, it like gives it, like, justification why he would shoot him.
Yeah. But then immediately after, just the reveal of that is so cool.
Yeah. And
I didn't think of that comparison with the Saw thing, but yeah.
I was like, this, because when he came back, he was already knocked out. That's a whole nother thing, but so he shoots him, and then he said he's a cop. He told him he's a cop, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, that's crazy because he flat out said it like to him. But then I was thinking maybe
what's really cool though is that the cop didn't snitch on him. He had every chance to. He had only been on the force for a couple months, and
he gave him that speech. He told him he's like, I freaking he's like, I got shot in the gut and shit. He's like, cops are around the corner. He's like, I'm dying here. Like, you can survive that shit. Like you're.
Oh yeah, he yells at him.
So he's like, all right, but I was thinking for a little bit. I was like, maybe this dude's lying. So if the cop gets free, he's like this dude's a cop, and then he's gonna make like someone's gonna escape. Like that's the twist. Someone's gonna escape with the diamonds. That's what I'm thinking. So I was like, Mr. Orange is gonna leave with the diamonds. He's probably not even a cop. He just lied. But then obviously the story keeps going. But the best part I liked is when the son comes back.
That's when shit gets really real.
And I like that shit because he's like,
I don't know who that actor is, but I really like him in this movie.
Yeah, because he's like, you're telling me the guy that went to jail for my dad and shit for 4 years.
Well, first, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's really important because he's all like, I killed this guy because he was going to kill the cop, and then whatever, then he was going to kill me. And he's like, oh, this cop? And he just shoots him. He just kills him immediately. Like, he's not important.
Yeah.
And then that's what, he starts asking about the story. He's like, let me say this out loud. Let me make sure you're saying this right. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, he goes in detail of his story, and then he says, like, my friend would betray me and all this shit for, like, a sack of diamonds, pretty much.
Because he had every chance. That's the reason why he was in prison, is that he wouldn't snitch on Joe, I think the dad's name is.
Yeah.
So why would he come out and then snitch?
Yeah.
Maybe they could have played that a little more, like not revealed that he was a cop yet.
Yeah.
But
well, that was all right. So the first twist was that he's a cop. So then you're like, oh shit, that dude's the cop right there. And then they show his backstory. He got shot when he shouldn't have. He ended up taking a hit. So now he's dying. So he has to just survive. Like his whole plan changed because of this. So. That was the first twist. The second
That's why
twist,
he's so mad. With I can't believe she killed me. Like even though like he's alive, he's like because
of all of them, huh?
Yeah, because like I went undercover. Like now they have like hindsight. I went undercover. Like I played my role well. I was doing it. Like today was the day I was gonna be good after this. So I can't believe some random lady shot me. I'm gonna die. Crazy.
So The second twist was that they knew he was a cop by the time the dad gets there. Because then
they knew and they didn't. Like they had a feeling. They weren't 100%. He said.
Yeah, because in a normal movie that would have worked. He would have said, "Hey, I shot him. He was going to kill me after." They would have been like, "Oh, all right," and then they would have been dumb. The cops would have busted in. Everybody goes to jail. That's what a regular movie would have done. Mm-hmm. But this was like real life to where
this ain't a regular movie. This is Quentin Tarantino.
Where he's like, "Let me explain this shit." And he's like, he says it out loud.
And he's not freaking out. Like, he's calm. Yeah. I mean, he's mad, but he's like, so let me say it out loud.
Yeah. He's like, you guys don't know him, but I know this dude.
Right.
So then I like how he told him that, and then he's like, he's the freaking cop. Like, and then that's where it's like, that's where I said, I have it right here. I said, Mr. White became a civilian when what's his name got shot. When Mr. Orange got shot, he became
I'm going to go one step further. He became like a dad. Like, he went full, like, father figure. He's taking care of him. He's, like, cradling him at the end and everything. He really took responsibility for this guy. And that's one of my favorite elements. I think that's what makes this movie so good, is that it's about, in a way, I don't want to get all cheesy with it, but it is about, love. Like, love will get you killed. In this type of business, love will get you killed. Shout out to what? Get Rich or Die Trying? Is that where they say that? Love will get you killed. Is it?
Probably.
But anyway, because he fell for the act and everything, and he bonded with this guy, it messed everything up. Yeah. At least towards the end. Like, they were still going to get, at the end, they could have got away. If Mr. White was thinking clearly and was paying attention and didn't bond with this guy, him, Joe, the son, I forgot his name, nice guy, Eddie, I think. It's nice guy Eddie. They could have got away with, and Steve Buscemi, Mr. Pink, they could all got away with the diamonds, maybe, because they were already surrounded by cops. But because he fell for the act and because he bonded with this guy, it messed everything up.
Yeah, and then
I like how I said we're not going to explain the story. And then once again, we're explaining the whole story. And it is a simple one, right? Like,
yeah, well, it's short. It's pretty short.
Hour and 30 minutes, yeah. But like, I'm talking about like just the premise. It's pretty simple. Yeah. And one of my favorite things is that it's like a play. Like, it's just one setting, and then characters are coming in, and then a new element is introduced. Only one, like, the flashbacks are when we change the setting, and then just like the beginning. But besides that, to me, this feels just like a stage play, and just new characters coming in, as I mentioned, introducing a new element, gets you thinking about something, then you get a flashback. It's so well done. And all the characters are great.
Have you seen The Hateful Eight?
Yeah, oh yeah. I've seen all Tarantino's movies.
You saw the freaking... This movie's a lot like that. It seems like
you're right. Yeah,
character comes in and then it's like,
I didn't think.
What's your freaking story? And I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
There's like a super like extended cut of that. I think it's on Netflix. I don't know if it still is.
Samuel Jackson's in that one, huh?
Yeah, he's in the movie just in general, but yeah, in the extended cut, it's even longer. Oh, I think it's like 4 hours.
Oh no,
you just made me watch a 3-hour movie.
It was good though.
We'll get there,
but yeah, was Tarantino Mr. Blue?
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown.
He's the one that got hit in the head.
Yeah, he got shot in the head.
That's what Mr. White says, but
it looked like he just crashed, huh?
Like he just banged his head.
Because I thought it was funny because he's just like, oh man, he's like, I can't see. He's like, you got blood in your eyes. And the next time they see him, he's just there, just
dead.
And I was like,
I don't know when he caught the bullet in his head. Probably right before he turned the corner. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Maybe when because when the cops came out, that dude started shooting all crazy. So the cops were shooting back. They probably hit him. But
do you mean when Mr. Pink, when he's running?
No. Because the same thing happens. He pulls out 2 freaking pistols.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
that dude lit him up, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah. Freaking X. Nah, I don't know.
What are you gonna say?
X-13s.
X-13s.
But so the other guy died too, huh? The old guy, they said
Mr. Blue.
He got shot in the head.
I don't know why he's in the movie.
I thought he got shot in the head. He said he saw him die.
You know what I'm thinking right now? I think he's in the movie to be a red herring, to be like, oh, we haven't seen that old guy, like, could it be him?
Yeah.
And then it's revealed at the end. We never see him die.
Well, I thought they said Blue and Brown died.
Yeah, exactly. The dad reveals Joe. He reveals it when he comes in. He said Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue are dead. And like Mr. Pink says Mr. Blue's dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, he dies off screen. Okay. He's not important, but I think he's a red herring.
See, I like that. I mean, that he tricks him. I guess you could say he freaking
It's
he ended up convincing Mr. White.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why he shot first. Oh no, he didn't shoot first because the dad shot first. The dad shot
when they get into the Mexican standoff.
Yeah, the dad shot the
So,
cop. And that dude's freaking. That dude could take anything. He
wasn't dying.
He had a gut hit. He got shot in the chest.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna do a little bit of time." I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die."
And
like,
what do you think about that though? Like, if you were in his position, would you have told? Because you're probably gonna die anyway.
I would have told him.
You would have, but he told him because he felt bad because he bonded with him. Like he did trick him so well. He tricked Mr. White so well that he felt like he owed it to him.
So at the end, does he shoot him?
Yeah.
He puts the gun in his head like that.
Because you hear the gunshot first,
and then they shoot him,
and then they shoot him.
He goes like that.
Exactly. And also, did you know that Mr. Pink died too? Steve Buscemi.
I was really gonna ask. I was like, is he the only one that got away? But
I would have liked to.
He said they're around the corner, so it's like,
yeah. No, well, when they're talking, when he's like cradling him and he says we're gonna do time, you can hear gunshots and the sirens pulling up.
Oh, so he just blasted it. Oh, who knows? Maybe he got away.
This is just you wanting a sequel, or just wanting you.
No, well, Mr. Purple's out there. What do we need?
Why are you bringing up Mr. Purple?
Because specifically
Grimace. Yeah, too much Grimace shake. That's what happened.
I haven't even tried it.
Shit's disgusting. I tried it.
You tried it? It's probably just purple freaking ink or some shit like.
It's that purple stuff.
It's that purple stuff.
But
anyway, specifically, he says Mr. Purple is doing another job. We don't know if it's.
But again, you're thinking with your 2023 mind and what you know a cinematic universe is.
No,
that was just a throwaway.
Also, you can have a prequel because he said I've done it before where they got to pick their own names. He's like, then you got everybody arguing about Mr. Black.
Yeah.
If you do the movie, you could just say he's like, I'm Mr. Black, and the other guy's like, why can't I be Mr. And then
I just thought that line was thrown in there to show how big their operation is. Like, hey, I have to manage all of these.
But now, like a John Wick, you got the Continental now. So same shit.
Your 2023 mind. If this movie was made today and it wasn't by Tarantino, it would have had a universe. It would have spun off into Pulp Fiction because this movie came out first.
Who does John Wick?
I don't know the director's name, but it's not like a
universe. It's Tarantino, huh?
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
But okay. So Mr. Pink died. I was gonna say maybe I was gonna ask you if he's the only one that got away.
I really wanted him to live because his whole thing is like, am I the only fucking professional? Because I wanted him because this movie is about Mr. White bonding and not being professional, and like you said, being human, being a civilian. He like everybody is thinking emotionally, and that's why they all die. Yeah. I would have loved if Mr. Pink would have survived because he was the only professional. Yeah. He was the only one to sniff out what was going on. I would have loved it, but it's a gangster movie. Everybody got to die.
From the beginning, he's telling all of them, like he's saying that he said someone snitched. He was right. He said all this stuff. He got away.
What do you think? What do you think about the whole tipping thing in the beginning? That whole conversation, because that's my whole thing with tipping too. Don't give me shit about this, or give me shit, but at least leave a like.
No. Like
but my whole thing with tipping is, I think I'm an okay tipper.
Pizza Hut shit. I'll do it like this.
Well, let me finish my point, and then I think you're gonna lead right. Yeah. Keep your Pizza Hut thing, but it is
say Domino's. I like Pizza Hut.
It is weird to me, and I don't think I'm the first one to ever say this. I mean, the movie says it. Why we tip some people and not others?
Yeah,
and I don't know if this is an American. I mean, it is. It's an American thing, like tipping culture. I'm not opposed to tipping a waitress, though. Like, it was so funny how he was so against waitresses.
He said six coffees.
And after Mr. White makes this point, he's just like, "Fuck all that." That shit was funny, but I don't agree with him on that part. But I think it is funny how we tip some people and not the others. But go ahead with your Pizza Hut thing.
Okay, so if you order a pizza right now and you're gonna go pick it up, it says what percentage you want to put, right?
Do you tip them?
No. No, I don't. I pick it up. What are you talking about?
Me either, because what? So I could go to the drive-thru and pick up McDonald's. I'm not going to tip them. So
yeah. So then, but if you order delivery now,
then I tip them.
Then you got to tip them because they went out of their way and brought it to you.
There you go.
Even though you probably still shouldn't.
Any delivery service, I'm tipping. Because I think it's more of just like I'm being lazy. So this is I got to take the L and spend a little more.
Well, I mean, even if you probably shouldn't, like, let's just say you shouldn't even offer delivery. If you're not going to pay them, don't even offer delivery. But still, I guess you could say they went out of their way to
Right. They brought it to you. They provided a service. I mean, no matter what, they're providing a service, but that's my point.
Yeah.
Why not tip everybody?
So what's tipping now? Like 20%?
Jesus, I don't know.
That's a lot.
You see, this is why we're bad tippers. Because we don't even know what percent.
Okay, so let's say you give $100 tip. Or no.
Jesus Christ, big baller.
Your bill's $100.
Yeah.
You would give $20 as a tip?
Maybe. I mean, if it's $100, chances are it's like 2-3 people, right? Maybe 4. I mean, it depends on the restaurant you go to. That could be one person. But I don't think that's too bad.
It's just you.
I'm like trying not to expose us too much. But then like drinking culture and all that, like how many dollars are you tipping a drink? I'm tipping like $2 a drink.
I don't bug the waitress though.
The waitress, like in a restaurant?
Well, yeah. Like, let's say you go somewhere, I don't bug them. It's just my soda, but I don't even ask for it.
All I want is one refill.
One?
Just one. I'm not downing all this Sprite or Dr. Pepper or alcohol, whatever I have. Well, alcohol is different. You're trying to drink it. Yeah. You're trying to drink a lot of it. But yeah. I just want one refill. I want you to be nice. I don't want you to overstay your welcome. Nice. What I don't want,
when they talk to you,
I don't want you to sit down next to me and start acting like my friend, which is what's happened to me at Buffalo Wild Wings. This one girl turned the seat around all cool. Let me show you. She turned the seat, or she pulled up another chair, turned the seat around, pulled out her little pad, like, all right, what can I get for you? I was like, don't do that. That's too much. You're overstaying your welcome. I don't want that.
So what did you tip her?
I don't remember. I don't think it's like that took away points, but I don't know. Maybe she did it again. I'm figuring it out as I go along. It's jazz. Things are changing. Anyway, back to the movie.
All right,
wait.
That was funny.
Wait, 1 second before we leave this topic. Who don't you tip? Like who? Just one occupation where you're just like, I'm not tipping them. Where maybe you feel like you should.
Like they get tips and you shouldn't?
I don't know. I guess not. No, because if they normally get tipped, I feel like we would tip them, right? I mean, that's what you would do, right? Like a waitress, you tip. Your barber, you tip. Are you gonna tip your landscaper? You're trying so hard not to get in trouble. We're gonna leave it at that.
Well, it seems like the waitresses are the only ones to get tipped. Other than that, it's like,
well, it's usually food. But like your barber, you're tipping your bar. Like, of course, you're tipping your barber. There's no way you're not. Your dentist, you're gonna tip your dentist. They get paid enough. So that's what I'm saying. Is like it's so. The movie says it better, and ultimately, like this does have nothing. Usually, these conversations in movies have something to do with the movie itself. I can't see any theme in that conversation that applies to the movie.
It has to do something with that, and then even the conversation of like a virgin. Like I don't know if it's to set the timeline to be like, oh, this is when the song came out, so let's talk about this song that's popular.
Yeah, but I think it is some of that, like some setting,
maybe
dressing,
maybe to mess with the movie, so we could think Mr. Pink is like a greedy person.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to mention.
He won't even tip the waitress. So
that's what I was going to mention. I think the conversations in the movie aren't so much to cover the themes of the movie, but they're just to expand and show you the characters and the character traits of the movie. Like this conversation isn't to serve any bigger purpose other than this is this guy's personality. This is his. Because that's totally in Mr. Pink's personality to be that guy.
Yeah, because he said he never tips. He said not that he doesn't tip.
I just love that tiny little pause when Mr. White tells him, like, he's all educated and everything. He's like a waitress is like the one of the biggest jobs for like a woman in America and how she makes a living and everything. And then he pauses and just fuck all that. Like he thinks about it, but he's just like
he thought about
So I guess my next question, because I was already going to mention it. Who's your favorite character in here? Because mine, Mr. Pink. I already talked about him. I love his personality. It's Mr. Steve Buscemi.
Mr. Pink and Mr. Blonde.
One. You have to decide right now.
I have to decide right now?
You're buying yourself time by repeating what I said?
I mean, I guess I'll go Mr. Pink because he was I like Mr. Blonde because that dude came.
He's a great character. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he's a great character.
He joined to do that. Like, he wanted to kill people. That's because he said, when can I get the real jobs?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he joined to kill people.
Well, not to kill, but to do, like, the big jobs. Like
yeah.
that. Like,
he wasn't afraid of going back to jail. Like, he is a psychopath.
Yeah, so like, cause like that, like that's the point I was saying about Mr. Purple is because Mr. Purple could be doing a low job, like, oh, you sell whatever drug that he does, or maybe he's doing like a high ass freaking job. We don't know because like, but
I want you to make some fanfic on Mr. Purple because you seem to be the only person who cares about Mr. Purple.
It's just a way to continue it. It's
just let it die. Let it die. You have a problem with letting things go?
No.
In our last movie, you were trying to make an Edge of Tomorrow like cinematic universe, and now you want this one. Go watch the last episode.
When?
Go watch the last episode. How about that? Give me another view. Anyway, favorite character, you said?
I'll take Mr. Pink.
But yeah, Mr. Blonde is great.
But I like Mr. Blonde because like that, he was loyal to the dad. He was just killing. He was just whoever wasn't with them. He was killing. He didn't kill any of the guys. They were probably scared that he would, but I don't think he would after.
I hear a lot of barking, but not any bite.
But who knows? Because look at when Mr. Blonde showed up, he was all cool and everything.
He ate. This man went to.
He went to go eat.
That proves he's a psychopath.
He got a cop.
Shake.
Yeah, he had a cop. He had the gas and everything, but
he got shit done.
Like,
but
what if the dad called him and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Orange is probably a cop,
dude."
Like,
if we had cell phones during this movie, none of this would have happened. None of this would have happened.
Like, well, I mean, he did. The son did.
But that's a car phone, right? Or even if it is a cell phone. My point is like, as quick as it is now, like he could have just texted him and be like, "Yeah, I did that, but I'm good."
Because who knows? Like we don't know what would have happened. Like maybe the dad told him like, "Hey, kill the cop, kill the freaking Mr. Orange," because by the time they got there, he was all shot up. So, and then the son explained everything after too. So the dad said he was iffy. He checked his cut. Like, why did he check his cut? Maybe he knew it was up, so he's like, "Hey, relax, go grab something to eat or whatever." Freaking wait till I get there. Like, we're gonna reveal this shit. We're gonna shoot him. Get out of here. Like.
Yeah, Mr. Blonde, I didn't know if he really was a psychopath or not, because he's kind of cool. He's laid back, but I think it kind of proves that he's a psychopath, because all this stuff has happened, and he's still normal and chill. He ate. He's the only guy that's able to, like, eat and be fine and whatever. He has a shake. And then he tortures the cop, and even says, he's like, I don't care. Like, I've heard it all before, showing that he's tortured people before. He's like, I've heard everything you needed to say. I don't need to hear it, so he just tapes his mouth. And he's like, I'm just going to kill you because I like it. It's fun torturing cops. Crazy. But anyway, any other notes on your end on this movie before we move on?
No, I'll say I like the soundtrack. And I like how it was told. Like, I like how he gave him the speech, the cop, Mr. Orange. I forgot his real name, but
like the actor?
No, though, because he has a real name in there. Because he's talking to his cop
Oh,
friend,
no, I don't remember his real name.
He's like, you got to remember everything.
Do you know who he plays in the MCU? Did you recognize him?
Yeah, he plays freaking.
What movie?
He's red. He gets freaking.
He plays Abomination.
Oh, that's right.
Tim Roth.
Like, I just remember like.
Who is underrated, by the way? In Incredible Hulk, I love
Iron Man. I was thinking Iron Man, the freaking.
Oh no. That's Guy Pearce, who's in Memento, Christopher Nolan movie. Watch our Christopher Nolan ranking. Nolan. Just uploaded. I guess by the time they see this video, just uploaded last week. Just put them.
Just get a cutout of me, and I'll be on the episode too. Just
right here, right in the middle,
on the side, like
right behind me.
3.5 Men or 2.5 Men. I don't know.
Do you want to be the little kid or what?
That's scary as shit.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
The 2.5 Men. You got a window right here that looks like that shit.
What? There's like a ghost on the set or something?
Well, is it called 2.5 Men?
With Charlie Sheen or what?
I think it's a movie or a show. I don't know.
Well, the show is with Charlie Sheen and like that little kid. It's two guys.
Okay, so I'll just do it real quick. They shot a scene in there, and it's like a window like that, and then they pass by it like they're holding a baby and all that. They pass by it, and if you pause it at a certain thing, you could see it looks like a kid with a rifle standing.
Really?
In the thing.
I remember looking up those videos like in middle school and shit, like Wizard of Oz. There's supposedly somebody like killing them, hanging themselves. Yeah, is it 3 Men and a Baby?
Might be. Well, it's. I was saying it's something and a baby.
It's not 2.5 Men because that's a show. Charlie Sheen.
But yeah, it's so. Yeah, you see the kid with the rifle.
Yeah.
Then, but they say that if I guess the room that they shot it in, that there was a little kid who had shot.
That sounds familiar.
With the dad's rifle. But if you pause it, you can see him there, and they say that the people did it as a joke on set, and it just ended up there. It's just pretty crazy.
Did you see like that somebody went on what's the word I'm looking for? They went under oath and said that the aliens were real.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
But like it was like somebody on Twitter in the comment section was just saying that like this guy's this guy's crazy.
Yeah,
like, it's not true. Like he's not credible.
Yeah, supposedly he's a whistleblower that used to work with the military or some shit. But did you see that shit? Where basically he said he's like, yeah, we got the plane. And
he said that we've had UFOs with like non-human pilots or something like that.
Non-human biologics or some shit. And then she's like, oh, so they're not human, and he's like, nah. But this is like the fifth guy that's already said this shit. And
nobody cares.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I saw a post that was like, when you have depression and like the housing market is screwed, like all this like real life shit. And aliens. Yeah, and then like aliens just like, who cares? I got real shit to worry about.
Did you see the thing with Joe Rogan? He's just sitting in the seat and the alien appears.
Oh, you sent me that.
And then the other one is he's going sneaker shopping. He's right there, and they're saying, what do they say? They say, we're gonna see what he likes. Hopefully he buys something. Let's go.
No,
that's
genius.
It's alien.
Yeah.
It's alien. Like,
what is that Complex that does that?
Complex, yeah. But yeah, that's like the fifth guy that did it. The other guy came out and Joe Rogan said that what I said about you have to walk in back of the hangars. You can't go in front of the hangars. And then they told him, like, hey, you got to hurry up. So then he walked in front of the hangars, and he said he saw UFOs.
No.
He said we have, like, 50 of them or some shit. Like,
that's the thing. Is like, no one's ever going to believe until we see it. We need to see them.
I don't know why we don't. It's like...
Why we don't see them?
That's what I said. Aliens going to come down. We're all going to listen to them. When normally...
Show me what you've got.
Yeah, they're probably like sissy aliens and shit. You just slap them and be like, get out of here, little alien.
You don't slap the alien when it comes down. Then they're going to come back.
See, but that's what you think aliens are because they're scared to show you. But what if they're scared? What if the aliens are scared of us? That's what I said. If an alien landed right here, and then he'll leave. But you're scared of aliens.
I just don't think your first reaction should be to slap the alien.
Well, it won't be because that's what I'm saying.
You said it lands right here, and you.
If they showed us the aliens, it was like, look at this little jelly shit. If they come to your house like the iguanas in Florida. They say you can just pop them.
All right, we're moving on. So final thoughts, and then give me a rating. Unless you got more.
Well, I mean, I liked it. Yeah. What would I rate it? Out of 10. What did I rate the last one?
Doesn't matter.
7.
You're gonna give this one a 7?
What'd you want? What'd you rate it?
You ungrateful sons of bitches, and all I can hear is criticize.
I didn't say it's a bad movie. I said it's a good movie. I gave it a 7.
This is a solid 9 out of 10, Augie.
This shit?
Acting is incredible for all these characters. The character work, incredible. I'm just gonna say incredible for everything. The music element.
Well, what did you give Pursuit of Happiness?
I think an 8. I think I give both of those movies an 8.
You gave both those movies an 8, and this shit, you gave it a 9?
Yeah.
That's wild.
What's wrong with that?
That's wrong.
It's wrong?
Yeah, if anything, you can give this one an 8. I gave it a 7.
Why? Because there's not a bunch of CGI, Augie? Is that what it is? Because there's no Tom Cruise? Is it because there's no Will Smith?
Both movies I gave you don't have CGI. They're like the furthest.
You know what you did give me, though? You gave me 2 movies. You gave me one that's really sad with Pursuit of Happiness, and you gave me one that's 3 hours.
Both the stock market.
No, all right. But to answer your question, why would I give this shit a 9? Because this is at least the first. This is better than my second time seeing it. I saw it one time when I did the Tarantino, like, what would I call it? I guess marathon. Yeah, I just watched all the Tarantino movies.
Tarantino. I'll try to mix it, but don't mix it.
Tarantino-thon.
It doesn't mix. So
it doesn't mix.
Don't mix it. The Quentin-thon.
Quentin-thong?
Quentin-thon.
We're not doing this.
No, I'll say why you gave it a 9. It don't deserve a 9.
It does deserve a 9. As I mentioned, the acting.
I said, what was a 10, and you didn't give me a 10 last time.
What do you mean? Well, first of all, I can't spoil anything because maybe I'm gonna have an episode where I reveal all my 10 out of 10.
One scene away from being a 10 is what you're telling me.
That on your list.
One line away for all we know.
So to answer your question, I think these characters are incredible. For me, character work is everything because if the characters are good, I'll watch them do anything. Like if your characters are fully realized and I like their dynamics.
Yeah.
And so just in general, I love characters. Tarantino is great at dialogue.
Yeah.
The fact that he could get me invested in a conversation about songs that...
Or even just, like, confrontation. Like, when people are all arguing and shit, it's like... You think,
drama, the suspense.
Like, these bastards are going to pull the freaking trigger right now, and then everything gets calm after. It's
and that's the thing is, like, the characters are so good, you understand the motivations. By the time you get to the Mexican standoff, you're so conflicted. Yeah. You don't know who you're rooting for.
Who's made the Mexican standoff? Because when I saw it, I was like, is this the dude that freaking made Mexican standoff?
No, I'm sure it was Westerns. The good, the bad, and the ugly, maybe.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood did it. I don't care if it's true or not. That's what we're saying. Clint Eastwood made the Mexican standoff.
Clint Eastwood and Tarantino have a movie together? Damn.
It looks like a missed opportunity, huh? Because Tarantino. What are you saying?
Clint Tarantino.
Clint Tarantino?
Yeah, I mixed it.
I understand. I'm not impressed.
Quentin
Eastwood. You see, you got me confrontational now since you started talking shit about this movie.
No, I didn't. I gave it.
You said it doesn't deserve a 9 out of 10.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Anyway, I explained why. I love the characters. I love the dynamics between the characters, the story. It is simple. Like, you explain the whole story in like 5 minutes because it is simple, and I like that. And just like the reveals and everything, like keeps you on your toes the whole way through. I love this movie. I saw it the first time, and I loved it. I like this movie more than Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is more like stylized and more popular, but I like this movie more. It's one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
What's his first movie?
This one. Well, he has one.
What's his first one?
I think he has one before this, but like first like studio movie, or at least like one with a decent budget. This is like his first one. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure when I say that, and it's up there. I'm not going to spoil where it's at because I think me and Misael are going to do a whole Tarantino one eventually. So we just did Nolan. Check out our Nolan one.
Yeah, even though Kill Bill.
What'd you say?
Even though Kill Bill, just right now, where do you put Kill Bill?
It's up there. That's all I'll say. I can't spoil it.
It's up there, all right.
It's up there. Is that your favorite Tarantino movie?
No, because he does Pacific Rim too, huh?
No.
That's who?
That's Guillermo del Toro.
I like him too. He does the Pinocchio.
Shape of Water. Yeah, he did the new Pinocchio movie.
Who's the one that does that paper mache movie? Or not paper mache. It's like a puppet movie. Like they laid it out and then they took pictures.
I mean, that's a bunch.
But it's like a Cujo.
I mean, they just did that with
KU something.
And the 2 strings or something like that.
He's like
I know what you're
samurai.
talking about.
He's a freaking samurai. Yeah. That's a badass.
He didn't do that movie.
He didn't do that movie?
No.
Who did that one? That's a badass movie. I thought it was him.
No, he did Pinocchio. He's done Hellboy. He did Shape of Water, which is really good.
These guys are like the same, like him, Tarantino. Who
else?
What did you say? Guillermo del Toro.
Well, I thought that's what you meant by you said him.
And then
Guillermo del Toro, Tarantino, Guillermo del Toro. I don't know. There's a bunch.
They're like all like almost similar, like the way they shoot shit.
I don't know.
Not like.
I mean, Tarantino is very unique.
They shoot the old way, like
old on film or what? I mean, Nolan does that shit.
Like, remember I sent you that shit with the samurai thing where his shit messed up. The blood messed up. It was supposed to leak like slow, and he was gonna look at it all.
Oh,
but it popped,
yeah.
And they were like, "That shit's bad."
It might have been Kurosawa. He did a lot of like old Japanese movies.
They shoot their shit like that. Like they shoot it like westerns or like old Japanese movies.
Yeah,
like,
well,
look at Kill Bill.
Tarantino is very inspired by westerns for sure. I mean, like a Django, for sure. Kill Bill, even though that's inspired by Japanese samurai movies
even this
too.
movie, it says like it shows a part and then it shows like an old western like Tuesday, but it shows Mr. Pink.
Yeah,
and then it'll show his shit
right
like that. Like they film like an old style.
And that, you know what that is, baby? Direction. When we get to our direction score later. But anyway, so you said 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and not that it sucks. It's just
I know. Out of 10, that's really good. But
if you get a 5, you suck. That's neutral.
I guess. I mean, I
That's
feel
not
like
even a score, really.
5's not a score.
Not really.
What do you mean?
What's a 5 movie? Green Lantern?
No, that's
Green Hornet.
Green Lantern's like a 2.
A 2?
Let me think. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
I won't even watch it.
Is like, oh man, I'm trying to think of like a DC
Not
movie
even
or
Spy
something
Kids is
like
5
that.
out of 10. Spy Kids is like a 6.
All right, we're moving on. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I just think that's a good spot to move on. So next movie. That's a great spot to move on.
That's a great transition.
Next movie is one that you've been recommending to me. Again, same as Pursuit of Happiness. You've been recommending this movie to me for what? 6, 7, 8 years now. A long time. Why do you like it so much? And pass it back to me.
What? Just because Leonardo DiCaprio, he's been getting screwed over.
I mean, he's got his Oscar already.
Well, now,
like 5 years ago.
had to get attacked for a bear to do it, right? That's
practical, yeah.
Yeah, see, he had to get attacked by a damn bear to get this shit. When is he in Catch Me If You Can? He is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look at all these movies.
He has plenty.
Every movie.
He should have multiple Oscars. I think everybody knows that by now. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna like maybe a couple of years, 5, 10 years from now, maybe longer.
And he's he's another person getting canceled. I was talking about Jackie Chan last week.
How? For like the
For
young
his
girl
women
thing?
shit, yeah.
We're not gonna get into that.
That's his shit.
But anyway, in like 5 to 10 years, they're gonna give him like one of those Oscars where it's like for your whole career. They're gonna do that.
Like yeah.
I forgot what that's called, but
yeah.
Anyway, why do you like this movie so much? Why was it a must see? I have to see this movie.
No, well, I saw it because Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about the Jordan Belfort.
But
what
happens in the movie? Why do you like it?
Originally, like I said, because I watched it because Leonardo DiCaprio, but then I liked it
because
how crazy it is. It's freaking crazy ass movie.
You like the story, the characters.
Yeah,
what you like?
I like mostly his character because he's just funny. He's just like, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but the breakdown when he is not the breakdancing scene, but just he's dancing.
Okay,
that shit is stupid. That's one.
Okay. So you like his character?
Yeah, I didn't know it was like I don't know how true it is either. The guy,
I don't know.
The guy said he does it like freaking. He does it like exactly and shit. I don't freaking.
He just liked the movie.
I wasn't there, yeah. But
So you like the character? I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm trying to help you out. So you like what? How the story plays out and all that?
Yeah, I liked his character, and then I liked how he showed Wall Street and all that shit. Like Matthew, well, you want me to just get into it, like my stuff?
No, because I got to take the lead here because this is the movie you recommended.
Matthew McConaughey was a Wall Street broker, like a stockbroker,
right?
But he was just a regular one. So once he met Matthew McConaughey, he showed him like the crazy lifestyle. Obviously, he took it further. I don't think Matthew McConaughey was doing all that crazy shit, like because it was his system that he came up with when he's all doing his shit. So that's his damn system right there. So it's like he just took over and then he went wild. He started doing all the because Matthew McConaughey didn't say anything about all the other drugs, huh? He just says he says that he does coke.
Well, no, he did mention a couple things where he was just like coke does this and like this does this and all that.
Oh, okay. But he just seemed like he mastered it. It seemed like Leonardo DiCaprio got money and then he got a little wild. But I saw it when it came out, not in the movie theater, but when it came out.
Yeah, you saw it pretty early on.
So I saw it before like all the memes and shit. So I like when he doesn't leave. There's just a lot of scenes I remember in there, like Pursuit of Happiness.
So,
There's just
have
a
you
lot of
seen this
scenes.
movie a couple times or just the one?
I've seen it
Like all the way through?
probably twice. I've seen it all the way through, and then now it's just parts if I'm showing somebody. Or,
There's so many memes and shit in here, but
like the midget scene is in there. I don't think that's the funniest part.
no.
The midget scene. The funniest part about the midget scene is when they're discussing the safety of them. He's like, "So what can we do?" He's all, it says we can throw food at them. He's like, "We can," like they just explain all the stuff.
And they're like we can put him on the skateboard and bowl with him and like
Yeah, he said he has a brother.
yeah, and he's like, no, like, that's his brother. Like, can we get him too? But anyway, see, now we're talking about specifics. I don't want to get there yet. What I want you to do is ask me my thoughts.
Well, were you disappointed that Matthew McConaughey wasn't in it?
Damn.
Like going forward, I was a little mad.
You don't want to know my general thoughts first? You want to go straight to that with specific question?
Well, it's in the beginning.
Ask me what my thoughts are.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts.
Yeah, I'm pre-written all crazy.
I'm glad you asked, Doggy. I'm really glad you asked.
Teleprompter. Let me get my glasses.
I wasn't ready for this. Anyway, I really like this movie. I did, and I expected to, because, again, you recommending it to me, and I've heard good things about the movie, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese.
I didn't know it was Scorsese.
Yeah. I knew it was Scorsese, I think probably like when I looked it up. I didn't always have the knowledge of, it's Scorsese, but I think Scorsese always uses Leonardo DiCaprio.
What else is he freaking...
Are they like together in?
Big one. I know he does big movies, but
you know what we can do? You can look that up while I give my quick thoughts, because I was about to look it up, but
your sponsored ad.
Maybe he does Catch Me If You Can. I don't know. I'm not an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know everything. Don't give me shit about.
The only thing I know about Scorsese is he says shit about Marvel.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing I know about him. I know he does good movies. Like Steven Spielberg, I know Steven Spielberg does a lot of good movies.
Oh yeah, he's the master of the blockbuster.
I could name probably a few of them, but I can't.
Who's Spielberg?
Yeah, Jurassic Park, right?
E.T., your favorite movie?
Nah, not E.T. I'm crazy.
Anyway, back to this movie. I really like this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill are incredible in this movie.
Oh yeah,
I knew Leo would be. I'm not shocked at all.
Thing. I didn't know Jonah Hill was like I seen him in the trailer, but I didn't know
how big of a role he was.
He was gonna keep coming.
Jonah Hill, I think this might be my favorite role. He's hilarious, and just like with his teeth showing, all his perfect like white teeth showing all the time.
He even
and
comments on it. He's like that. That's one of the weird things about him is that he had perfect, fluorescent teeth or some shit like that.
I have never seen so much cocaine and ass in 3 hours in my life. So much cocaine.
I didn't expect that either. In the movie, I didn't expect all this shit. I just knew Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio.
What I really like about it now, because I'm kind of getting to specifics, but even before that, what I really like about this movie overall is the tone, how it's a black comedy. Like, it's about some serious shit, but it is about comedy. And even when it gets to like some real like stockbroker shit, when they're like explaining stuff, I like how, because I'm like trying to keep up.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where like Leo's just like, but you know what? He's like, you don't care. Yeah. He's like, the short of it is this, and then he'll explain it. And I
like for dummies or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing is because like once he started explaining, or just in general, when in movies when they're explaining stuff, when they have these monologues, and they're really getting into detail, I'm like, all right, I gotta pay attention because this is something I don't know. So the fact that they did that was funny. It was very like casual friendly.
Yeah.
So I like the overall tone. The actors are great. Margot Robbie, it's so funny just watching Barbie last weekend and watching this because it's the total opposite. So props to Margot Robbie for being able to play both characters.
Would you say in the beginning of this movie she sounds more like Harley Quinn right here?
I definitely got Harley Quinn vibes.
That's one reason I was a little disappointed. Like
maybe she was a little more animated. You know, like she had this accent but was a little more animated.
Yeah.
But anyway, I really liked this movie. I think I don't love it. One, because it's 3 hours. I don't think it needed to be.
Yeah, they like extend. They wanted to show like more crazy shit. I feel like
that's the thing. Like with 3 hour movies, it's like I feel like you need to have a really good reason to justify why it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what I would cut out. Maybe just like
A lot of the middle. I mean, the investigation was like, that's a lot. That's like a whole nother movie when they finally really started investigating them. That's like a whole.
Or maybe not even that it didn't need to be 3 hours, but use the 3 hours better. Because actually, one thing that I want to note about the investigation stuff is that we don't see a lot of them like getting closer to busting him and then just like, oh, he squealed out. You know, like we mainly see it through Leonardo's perspective, but we don't really see like the cop's perspective a lot.
Yeah.
He's kind of there. And like there's that scene where on the yacht.
Oh, yeah.
When there's, I love that scene. We'll get into that in a little bit, but so just a small negative is that it was 3 hours. That's not a big negative. That doesn't ruin it for me.
It just dragged a little bit.
It just dragged a little bit, yeah. Like I got the point. One of my negatives. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. I got distracted by the cop stuff because I wasn't even going to bring that up.
Yeah.
One of my negatives was the third act, just the tone of the third act. Because as I mentioned, I liked that it was a black comedy of the first two acts. Third one goes off the rail. Like if the comedy and drama were like even and it was a black comedy, right? I'm going to show the audience. If we're like this, then, and this is like drama, this is comedy. And like the intensity, you know, as they spread out, like it's a nice balance. The drama like kept going up. Like there was some scenes like where the drama was just like, it's so dramatic now. And then the comedy was like, oh, it's so funny now. Where it was just, I felt like they had a good balance the first two acts.
Yeah.
Third act like just went out of control. And what I mean by that, I'll get into specifics right now and then we'll start going into some more stuff. Once it gets like to the we're on the yacht and like it's like a Titanic scene. There's all these waves and everything. Like they're almost dying.
Yeah, he's all driving it, huh?
And then he's like get the lewds.
Yeah,
get the lewds, which is funny. Like, I'm laughing.
It's because they don't make no more of them.
I know.
His whole...
What do they call like lemons or something? Like that was like their code word.
Yeah,
it was something like that. Like I got the lemons or whatever. And it was funny. I'm laughing my ass off, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, it was so funny. But then it gets like really dramatic too. When like he starts beating his wife and everything and like he's taking the kid, like I thought that they were writing a good tone and then all of a sudden it just like went into chaos in the third act. And like by then I was just like, all right, I'm ready to wrap this up. So that's one of my that's my biggest negative. I think that is a pretty big negative is that the third act is all over the place. But into specifics, I already mentioned Leonardo and Jonah Hill are both great. Margot Robbie is great. I didn't know John Bernthal was in this movie. He's great in this too. He's only in it for a little amount, but the rivalry that him and Jonah Hill's character have is funny.
His every time he pops out, it's funny.
Yeah, I love John Bernthal. He needs to be in more.
The whole scene when they first talk about him, when they first said like he's like the perfect guy for us.
Yeah,
and then he's all telling the little kids shit. He's like, tell your sister I'm looking for her or whatever. He's
like, yeah.
Talk to you. He just laughs. He just laughs.
He's like this mom. Like he still lives with his mom and everything. And he's like,
dirty chicken.
And like he's making fun of them for like he's like calling them gay. He's like, and that's just his whole movie too. It's like the machismo and like the what is it, the toxic masculinity. Like this movie is the antithesis of Barbie, the total opposite. But yeah, they all play their role great though. That's what I like. That's what I loved about it. Leo as an antagonist, as like the main character, is so unlikable as a character. Like you're just like, dude, like you're making all the wrong moves. At first, he's making the right moves, but he's a bad guy. But then, like when he has chances to pull out, he doesn't do it.
Yeah, like up to when. What is it? It's when he first makes his company and they make like 21 million or something. That's when it starts going down because he hires all the strippers and that's like the first part. But before that, they were getting money. He got his business, he got his car. He did all, even after he could have. I mean,
he still did it the wrong way because overall, we didn't even explain the synopsis, but whatever. We're already pretty deep into this. This movie is about Leonardo coming into Wall Street. Wide-eyed young guy. He's got a girl. He's a good, innocent guy. He doesn't even drink. And then he meets Matthew McConaughey. Now, to answer your original question, was I disappointed? Yes. Because I thought he was in this movie more, and he's so good in this. It's all Fugazi. Or he says Fugazi.
Yeah, Fugazi.
It's all lie. I've seen that meme before.
His whole speech he gives them, it's like
that is like his Bible going forward. Like he only met him and had him for a little bit in his life, but Matthew McConaughey corrupts Leonardo DiCaprio like that.
And what is it? The stock crashed, huh? That's why he left them.
Yeah. Well, they went out of business. They went under, and then Leonardo DiCaprio has to find a new job, and he's gonna like try to work. I forgot where.
It's penny stocks.
But he was trying to like just to find anything at first. But yeah, his wife suggested like, oh, like here's a job for a stockbroker, like penny stocks. Yeah. So these penny stocks, their commission is 50% as opposed to the 1% that he was getting like in Wall Street. So he's really good at selling stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like from the beginning.
Beginning, yeah. So he's really good at selling stuff. So and even like all these little characters, we're gonna forget so much because there's 3 hours of just funny moments. But the character he meets that is like the manager or owner of that place is all like, oh yeah, it's 50%. And then Leonardo's like, it's 50%. So if I sell, I'm going to make up a number. I think he says like 10,000. I get $5,000 in commission. And he's like, if you sell 10,000, he's like, I'll get on my knees and I'll suck your dick. And then they're all like laughing, whatever. And he's just like, and I want it to happen. And he just kind of like stares at him for a little bit. All the little character moments are funny in this movie.
Even the other guy, the big dude, I forgot what movie he's in.
What, the one from Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
yeah. The bully from Boy Meets World. One of them. He's like the lackey for one of the bullies. He's also he's in like Kevin Smith movies and Mallrats.
I Remember the Titans. Is it Remember the Titans?
Oh yeah, he's in Remember the Titans. Yeah, he's the one that sings.
Oh yeah, see?
Good memory. Look at you. But yeah, all the characters that are in there, all the side characters, you got the Asian guy. You got the guy that has like the fake hair, the wig, the toupee.
Oh yeah.
And they keep making jokes about him. It's like it's like dark brown. Yeah. His hair is black on the side.
He has his main crew and then he has the other guys like.
Yeah. So before we get into your questions, let me just bring up some scenes. My favorite scene was the drug scene. When they take, I forgot what it is. I think the lemons, because they were taking lubes. Yeah,
the Steve Madden, when he says they're like tripping out, and he's like, Steve Madden.
Well, no. After that, because that's at the party when he meets Margot Robbie.
Oh, okay.
After that, when the FBI is already tapping his phone and everything, and then hit the guy that he knows, I think he's a private investigator. He tells him like, "Hey, get to a payphone because I have something to tell you." Whatever, and then that's when he reveals that his phones are tapped.
Oh yeah.
But before that, him and Jonah Hill take these like lemons. It's when John Berthal gets arrested because Jonah Hill's acting up, and he's oh my god, it's so frustrating because when you're watching these movies, like whether it's Reservoir Dogs or it's this, like they're bad people, but because you're watching it, you kind of want to see them get away with it. So watching Jonah Hill be so petty because John Berthal knocked him out like the week before, day before, whatever. They're arguing, and cops see them. Then John Berthal gets arrested, and Jonah Hill, instead of telling Leonardo about what happened, he just gives him like, I think that's what they call the lemons. Like there's really old ludes, like they don't make those anymore at all, and they're supposed to get you like really messed up.
Those are like the original.
And like they expire like 1981 or something like that. So they take one and then they don't feel anything, and they're like, all right, let's take another one. Then they take another one. And then they're like, oh, fuck it, we'll take 2 more. So now they have 4, and they're still not feeling anything, and they're trying to dehydrate themselves. So they're working out downstairs. Leonardo gets a call from his private investigator friend, and he tells him to go to the nearest payphone. So he goes down to a resort. The nearest resort, gets on the payphone, and then that's when he tells him, hey, your wires are tapped. Jonah Hill and John Berthal got arrested. Jonah Hill, whatever. And then as soon as he's on the phone, the loot or the lemons, whatever, they kick in. And then he starts like mumbling and everything. But just that scene where he hits the ground, and he's like, damn, I can't walk. He's like, what else can I do? Crawl. So he's like crawling, and then, like he like can't use like any of his limbs, and he's crawling. And then like just the shot from the outside is the same shot. It's like a corner shot of like the doors and the stairs. And he like bumps the doors open with his head. And he's like crawling down. He's like, what? And he gets to the stairs. He's like, what can I do? And he's like, roll. So he rolls, and I'm not doing this scene any justice because it's slowly played out, and he's just trying to get to his car to drive, which he can't even watch. He's dragging himself. He's rolling and everything. Then he tries to open the door, and this scene takes place over like 5 minutes of him getting from the payphone to his car, and then he gets in the car, drives home. He's like, I can't believe I got home in one piece, whatever. And then he gets to Jonah Hill, who's on the phone with, again, I don't want mean to explain the whole plot and everything, but he's on the phone with I forgot what Switzerland. He's in Switzerland because he has his money over there because he doesn't want to, he's going to be under investigation, whatever, just in case he's under investigation. The FBI is already following him. And so Jonah Hill's on the phone with this guy. Phones are tapped. He just found out. They both can't speak because they're all messed up. Jonah Hill starts choking on something. And then I'm gonna finish very soon. And then on the TV, Leonardo sees that Popeye is on. Yeah. Jonah Hill's choking on the floor. And then he can't even speak, but he's just like, I'm coming or whatever. Like he's like mumbling. He just takes a lot of cocaine in the nose. Like it's Popeye's spinach. And he gets up and he walks over and starts smacking Jonah Hill and giving him CPR until the whatever, salami, whatever comes out. Yeah. Just that whole scene of just like 10, like maybe 15 minutes of just chaos of them on drugs was hilarious. I'm right here on the couch laughing my ass off by myself at like midnight. Great scene. All right. Now, I could go into more scenes, but I talked enough. So do you have any questions, any thoughts, anything?
Well, I was going to ask you your favorite scene.
That was it? That was it.
And then, let me open this.
I mean, do you want my second favorite scene since you were asking? Because I have a second favorite scene.
Well, I was going to say about the scene about him not leaving.
That's my second favorite scene. And that's one that I've seen. That's memed to death. Yeah. There's so many memes in this.
Because he was going to leave for a little bit. He thought about it, and then he saw all their faces, and he's like, I'm not leaving.
And I didn't understand like, I knew the meme. I didn't understand the context of it. But as we got there, and he's giving the speech like before, and I know it's coming, I'm already laughing. Like, this idiot can step away now and be happy. It'll be fine. His business will run. He'll have his girl, he'll have his house, he'll have his kid, he'll have all the money in the world, like his dad tells him. His dad's a funny character, too. Yeah. And he doesn't get out of it. So I'm just waiting for it to come. And then he's all telling the story about how one of the girls there, one of the original 20, that, you know, he believes in her and everything. He gave her all this money. And then that's like what psychs, he like hypes himself up in his own speech. He drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah. Because he hypes everybody else up. And then he starts hyping himself up in that moment too. And then he's just like, I'm not leaving. You just hear some like murmurs from the crowd. He's like, I'm not leaving. And so to get a little louder, I'm not fucking leaving. He freaks out. That scene was funny too. What else you got for me?
Well, I was going to ask you your favorite one you told me. And then I was going to tell you, but it ended up being your second favorite scene.
What? That one?
Of him not leaving, yeah.
Well, what about you? Let me counter.
That was my favorite one when he doesn't leave.
I'm not leaving?
Because he said, like, they gave him an out. He could
leave.
You
would have been fine.
But because he saw all of them, and then the stupid meme where it says, you're going to play one more game. Yeah. And then, I'm not leaving. So that was the other funny part, like I said, is when he gets arrested, that I had forgot about when he's doing the infomercial. And then he the plane.
Because at that point he had already got arrested, and then he was good. Like he's like, all right, I'm not gonna do anything else. Like I'm making an honest living now. He's doing infomercials, like trying to. And
then I forgot. Does he get arrested? Like he goes
right there?
No, like completely, or does he? Yeah. On everything.
So he gets arrested. I'm trying to remember the first time. Oh, he gets arrested that night after the drugs and all that. Yeah. And then that's when he has his out. Like we can get out of this now and we'll be fine. And then he gets arrested during that infomercial thing. Yeah. And then they give him the wire to start snitching on people.
Oh yeah, because then because I was like, I remember they tell him to snitch, and then he writes it, and then he gives them the letter. And then that conversation is pretty crazy too, because it's like,
because he was going to snitch on everybody but Jonah Hill. And Jonah Hill, before that, when Leonardo was already on house arrest, he told him, like, I already talked to the boys, like, we got you. Like, you're good. We're going to cover everything. We're going to make sure you keep the house and everything. And Leonardo, like, he came up with him. Yeah. And there's that scene earlier when he gets him into drugs, and he's just like smoke some crack with me, or whatever. And he takes one hit of crack, and that's what starts his drug addiction.
Let's run.
Yeah, let's run. They start running
like animals.
He immediately just takes off. He gets off frame, and then he comes back into frame, and they start running. But so then he has the wire on him, and he has a note, and he slips it to Jonah Hill, and it says like, I'm wired, like, don't incriminate yourself. And then Jonah Hill gives that note to the FBI, so he does snitch on him, like he protects his own ass.
Yeah.
And it's like Leo had told Margot Robbie before that nobody is friends in Wall Street.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I wanted them to have their friendship still no matter what, and it seemed like they were going to, but no, Jonah Hill saved his own ass. But on top of that, Leo kind of like betrayed all of them.
Yeah.
So everybody there was just selfish, and they all got what they deserved. But, what are you going to do? FBI's on your ass.
Huh. And they were deep on his ass, too.
They were deep in that ass.
They were deep in that ass.
They were in there.
They were knee deep in that ass.
Knee deep.
But he messed up the most on the yacht because they told him don't talk to him.
That's I'm glad you brought that up.
That's the most, because he probably still would have been saved after all this. He had money,
right.
He had all this stuff. But
I love that scene because you see him trying to work his magic, and they told him, like, the PI, the private investigator, told him, like, don't mess with these guys. Like,
he's a Boy Scout. He said that he won't take your freaking, because he tries to
bribe him
with the.
But Leo, smart enough to know. I mean, he is dumb for even inviting him over, but he's smart enough to know the law. He's like, no, I didn't bribe you. He's like, I didn't say an amount. He's like, it's not going to hold up in court or whatever. But I like that scene because you don't know. Well, the whole time I'm just like, you're an idiot for even inviting him. But the whole time he's like talking to him, he's like, he's talking to the FBI agent. He's like, I noticed that you were trying to be a broker at 1.2 and all that. And he's like, how did you know? He's like, well, you're investigating me. I have people investigating you. And it kind of seems like they're getting along well. He's offering them drinks, offering them food. And then the other FBI agent is like far away. And then once Leo starts talking to him, he's just like, oh yeah, I can change people's lives like overnight and all that. And like, you could see the FBI agent is getting information from him at the same time. And then like Leo's just saying so much. And then at one point Leo looks down and the FBI agent looks at the other guy and he nods at him. And then the camera pans out and then you see that the FBI agent like got closer. So like he's probably recording him. And then you understand like that little game that was being played, not just by Leo, but by the FBI agent as too. Like they're trying to get each other. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I wish there was more like cat and mouse there, but there's just so much other story that they wanted to tell.
They've done that movie. It's Catch Me If You Can.
I've never seen it.
That's a good one too.
I heard it's good. I think I just need to do a Leonardo DiCaprio. Just watch all his
Tom
movies.
Hanks.
And I feel like I've seen most of Tom Hanks movies that are good. I haven't seen Captain Phillips. I haven't seen Bridge of Spies.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new Tom Hanks. Otto.
A Man Named Otto, right? Or a Man Called Otto, something like that.
One, the Apple one.
That like robot one?
Yeah.
We're missing out then. Hey, maybe me and you could do something like that. Tom Hanks. Catalog. Maybe we could do a movie fight. What?
Tom Hanks catalog.
Hey, nice. Look at you, marketing genius. Well then, since you don't have many questions for me, apparently.
Well, it's because it's long, but it's like.
I think you probably would have benefited from a rewatch, but anyway.
Do you think he messed up before that by leaving his wife, his original wife?
Oh yeah,
because she offered to pawn her ring before he was a stockbroker.
Yeah, she was loyal. I mean, that was the whole point. Like, as soon as he got with Margot Robbie, it was like, well, you just left your. I don't know how long they've been together.
He wasn't his old self no more after.
Oh yeah, he was. As soon as he got addicted to drugs, because even though he was ripping people off, the drugs is what messed him up.
Oh yeah,
addicted to drugs, sex addict. He was trying to hook up with Margot Robbie's aunt at one point. But yeah, he was so far gone, and I was not rooting for him at all. At all. Like, I wanted him to get what was coming to him, but at the same time, like, he's hilarious, and everybody's funny here. Yeah. So like, there's part of me that's kind of rooting for him, but I know I just contradicted myself. But I guess let me just say like 10% I was rooting for him. Yeah. 90% I was just like, nah, you're gone. And then by the time he's like, it got really dramatic, and he's punching Margot Robbie in the stomach and like caused his kid to get in a car accident. I was like, all right, you're done.
Like, Yeah, even like just him acting in that movie was pretty crazy because
Oh yeah, the character.
like it's almost like the same thing, like the Tom Cruise thing where he was normal, and then you see him change like throughout the movie. Like,
yeah, see how it
the bigger
corrupted him.
deals. Like even the whole Steve Madden thing. He said basically that him and Jonah Hill owned 85% of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're doing some dirty shit.
Yeah, so it's like he was trying to sell it for himself pretty much. Like by that time he's already screwing over everybody. Like, and maybe that's why Jonah Hill saw like, oh shit, he's screwing over these freaking
Exactly. So that's why I think he pulled the rug out first before Leo could do it. But
that's 2 movies he does that shit in, Jonah Hill, because he does it in the other movie too, doesn't he?
Which one?
The iPhone movie or something, the Apple movie.
Which one?
He screws over
What, Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs or something.
Never seen that movie either.
Like the Facebook movie. The Facebook movie's better.
See, all these movies that I'm saying I haven't seen, you should be marking them down.
I haven't seen that movie either. I just know he screws them over.
I have a question for you.
No, he screws over the movie with it's Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen, and they're like serious. They have it's the Jonah Hill. It's the Apple movie, huh?
I don't know.
There's one where it's Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen, and they're like responsible. Like it's a serious role, and they're doing shit, and he screws them over in that movie. He like hands over information like that. He's a good snitch.
Jonah Hill's a snitch.
And he's getting canceled too.
Oh yeah, who isn't, man? You? It's only a matter of time. By like the 5th time you record, you're gonna get too comfortable and you're gonna say some shit.
One.
Anyway,
like I said, special guest, 100 views.
If we get 100 subscribers or views,
subscribers.
So you meant okay. So you did mean views. So if this gets 100 views, you're gonna bring a special guest next time.
The Apprentice.
He's gonna bring his apprentice. So you see, you got to share this video. We got to get 100 views, or else we're never gonna see this apprentice.
Sit right there.
on the table. He could probably fit
on the table.
Anyway, back to the movie. Since you don't got any spicy questions for me, let me give you one. If you even remember, do you remember how this movie ends? Like the very, very end after he gets out of prison?
Oh, he's with Nelk.
Huh?
He's with Nelk.
Nelk? Like in real life?
Yeah.
So at the end of this movie, like he gets locked up and whatever, and then he said, I was a little nervous about going into prison, but I found out that everything was sellable.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he does the same shit.
And then he comes out of prison. I think he's like, I forgot where he's at, but he's giving a seminar to a room full of people. Even after all the shit that he's been through and everybody knows his story, a room full of people. And he comes in, doesn't say a word, and he goes right to the front of the audience and he shows the guy and he tells him, sell me this pen.
Oh, yeah.
And then before he finishes his pitch, he takes it away from him, tells the next guy, sell me this pen. And then he just keeps doing that as like the camera pans up and shows the crowd. And at first I was just like, what was the significance of that ending? Like it took me a little bit and I really had to think about it. And I kind of figured that it was just like he didn't learn his lesson.
Yeah.
After everything he's been through, even prison time, he's lost his kid, his wife,
he's still finding
his friend.
Still finding a way.
Yeah, he's still finding a way because at the end of the day,
is he banned from like stocks?
I don't know,
because he doesn't do it today, and you would think he would.
You know what? I think so. I think that was part of the deal. I think they mentioned that in the deal before. He said, "I'm not fucking leaving."
Yeah,
I think that was part of the deal. Like he's done.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah. So
and that's what he got addicted to too. Because with Matthew McConaughey, when it goes all the way back, he says when the way that they talk to each other, like
yeah, he liked the machismo. He bought into all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Matthew McConaughey, I really wish he would have been in this movie longer. Or I wish he would have popped up at the end to kind of show, like, even though, like, because that was, like, kind of his idol or, like, his teacher, his mentor for a little bit. It would have been cool for Leo at some point, maybe even in the middle, to see, like, hey, like, look where he's at now. And Matthew McConaughey's not doing good anymore, or something like that, to show, almost to give him another out. Like, hey, like, look at the life you're leading. It's not going to end well.
It would have even been crazier when all the employees are coming trying to get hired. If we seen Matthew McConaughey there trying to get hired, he's right there.
Oh yeah, look at you,
just like that. See,
we could be writers.
No, we can't because you know why?
Because they're on strike.
Yeah, they're on strike.
Well, there you go.
They won't let us.
We're not part of that union.
But if we go right, we're against the strike, and then we're the bad guys now. I'm just trying to make a living. I'm just trying to write a Marvel movie.
Damn, you're trying to go all the way to the top?
This is our chance. That's what I said. The Ralph's reference. Do you remember the Ralph's reference?
No.
When they were on strike, they got more workers to work there, and they got eggs thrown at them. They got spit on. They got told shit.
I don't remember this being a thing, but
It was
sounds like that would happen.
A lot of the grocery stores, like a lot of the grocery stores, they went on strike because I think they're a union, but they went on strike and then they hired more people. But like the people that worked there, they were throwing eggs and shit and being like, "How can you work here? They're screwing us over." But like I said,
you don't cross the picket line.
But like I said, they'll hire you now, so it's like that's your moment.
So you're gonna go straight to Marvel?
If they'll have me.
What are you gonna write? Who's your first character?
Ghost Rider.
Hey, you do have a Ghost Rider pitch. Don't say it on camera.
Never.
Don't say it on camera. Someone's gonna steal it.
Never. My apprentice has it. The script is on his back. It's tattooed on his back.
Hey, well then I have a movie for you. If you wanna have some secrets tatted.
I know what freaking what movie is there?
You don't know it.
The girl gets. It's a girl.
Oh, what girl with the dragon tattoo?
That's the
movie,
Matrix
with the rabbit. It's just a thing. It's a subgenre.
Huh? What the?
Anyway, if you have no other questions for me, we can wrap this up.
I do have a. I don't know if I can play it. It's a Robert Downey Jr. clip of him going to the stock market.
Like in real life?
Yeah, I could show you. I could play it like that.
Are we gonna get copyrighted for this? Where is this at?
It's on my phone. I won't show it. You can see it.
What do you have?
Okay.
How long is the video?
So you can hear his response of Wall Street. It's not long.
It's a young Robert Downey Jr. people.
If money is evil, then that building is hell. This is the most obnoxious, money-hungry, low IQ, high-energy, jackrabbit, fucking wannabe, big-time, small-time, shit-talking, bothersome, irritating bunch of motherfuckers I have ever had to endure for more than 5 minutes.
We need to add that clip on. We need to get a soundbite of him.
I'm telling you, put it right here, a little green screen.
Well, I think that sums it up. I think we can start ending here. Yeah, overall, the movie is full of unlikable people, but greatly acted and great characters.
I mean, I guess you could say his friends were loyal to him.
Until they weren't.
Jonah Hill wasn't.
And even him himself, he wasn't. He snitched on everybody.
Well,
but
him and Jonah Hill went too far. Like they were.
Yeah.
But it seems like the Asian dude, the big dude, his original 20, they were loyal to him.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he changed their lives. He made them millionaires.
Yeah. But like we said, Jonah Hill and him went to a whole nother level. They were screwing over the Steve Madden shit.
Overall, to the simplest terms, the point of this movie, money doesn't bring you happiness. Success doesn't bring you happiness. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. They corrupted this man. Loyalty.
Well, now we need an update on Pursuit of Happiness. What lifestyle did he go through?
Afterwards?
I don't think he did because he was all poor. All these other guys want to be rich.
Yeah, he came from nothing.
This was like a whole different lifestyle of Wall Street. But I didn't notice that I gave you 2 Wall Street movies.
I did. You gave me 2 Wall Street movies, and they both have suits, and they're both stockbrokers.
I kind of want to give you a robbery movie now because you don't want to be sad. But I need. What do you rate it?
Thank you for asking. I'm going to give this one. I'm thinking.
You want me to give mine?
Sure, you go first.
8.
8? See, that's where I was leaning towards, but like when I think...
And maybe Reservoir Dogs got a 7 because of how old it was. Maybe if...
That shouldn't be a factor.
Put Unreal Engine 5 on that shit.
Don't be one of those guys.
No, I'm just saying because they didn't have the same shit that... Because this movie probably would have been shot the same way that movie was.
Yeah.
Had it been made back
It's just
then.
a little film grainy, that's all.
I like film grainy.
Because first reaction was going to be 8, but when I think about...
Because it's not a 9. That's what I was saying. It's not a 9.
Yeah. I think my mind is telling me...
No.
7. And it's not because you gave mine a 7. It's just that the runtime, and as I said, the third act kind of like gets a little messy, and I get the point. Because my favorite parts of this movie are, again, I love characters. So characters, actors, both incredible. Story could have been told a little bit shorter. 7.
Yeah.
7 sounds right to me. So, overall, before we get into the scores, so remember, we're going to do our little scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I win the last one?
I guess if you want to count it winning, I ended up liking your movie more than mine. Yes. So.
I was going to hit a celebration one with his...
So, I gave Reservoir Dogs a 9. I gave Wolf of Wall Street a 7.
Damn.
Your scores?
Reservoir Dogs, they gave a 7. And then Wolf of Wall Street, 8.
Okay. So now, we've been fighting this whole time. Yeah, not much of a fight, but we're going to fight for sure now. Because now, since I'm not good at graphics yet, or I'm going to make a sound
Just
effect.
Make the 4 pop out.
4. Anyway, we're going into our comparison, scoreboard, whatever you want to call it. We have 5 categories. We have story, we have characters, we have visuals, we have sounds, and we have directing. I was wondering if we should take away directing and put that more in the visuals, and then rating would be the 5th category, but we're not going to do that yet. I'm just throwing that at you.
That's probably better.
Well, too late. We have 2 great directors, I think. Unless, do you want to do it right now?
Nah.
I'll redo the sound effect. Do you want me to redo it? So directing will be paired kind of like with visuals. Because directing is more than just shots and visuals, but we could kind of combine them. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll combine them.
So the new scoreboard looks like this. We have story, characters, visuals, sounds, and rating. So our rating's already there. So let me throw it to you first. Which had the better story?
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs, any reason why?
It was the actual story.
You don't think Wolf of Wall Street was an actual story?
No, it was kind of like not a documentary.
A biopic?
Yeah, like
kinda?
It kind of, because it told you everything about him, like from when he was poor.
That's what, but that is the story, is the rise and fall of this man.
Yeah, but if I compare his his story to the way that Pursuit of Happiness was told, Pursuit of Happiness was a story. And this is kind of just like, it's like, here's a wild moment. Here's like, it's a story, but it was kind of just, it's crazy.
It's more like, I mean, it is for sure. I mean, it definitely has a story, but you're saying like how it played out was more like just like a collage of scenes or what, as opposed to
like moments.
Yeah.
Because, because Reservoir Dogs is a story because it showed you the pieces and then it's like, let's show you what happened before.
Right.
And then it all added, by the end, it all added up and you're like, you understood everything. Like from when he said he was a cop, everything got together. Like the story, you're like, oh shit. Like
it gelled together.
Yeah. And then once they started showing you like what happened to Mr. Blue and Mr. Brown, because then it's like, where the hell are they? Like, are they the snitch? But then once we confirmed they were dead and all this stuff, then we're like, okay.
Yeah, it's almost like not like a murder mystery. It's a mystery kind of like that's why it feels like a play because like they're giving us new information. A new character comes in, more information. Okay, we got a little more here. So Reservoir Dogs for you. I also say Reservoir Dogs. I just love how tight it is. Pause. I love how tight the story is. There's no fat on it at all. It's an hour and 30 minutes. You get in, you get out. I do really like the story of the rise and fall of Leonardo DiCaprio's character. And everything else that comes with it. I guess that's more like, I was going to mention like characters and stuff, but we'll get to that next. But overall, yep. I also say Reservoir Dogs. Now, for characters, we got Leo and his gang of
characters,
funny
acting
assholes
and everything.
Yeah, that's the thing that we're gonna kind of compare them. I think actors comes with that because what makes a good character? Yeah, if you're a bad actor, you're not gonna have good character, right? So it kind of goes together. So characters / acting, but the category is characters.
Shit.
Would you like me to go first while you think?
Yeah, because
Okay. So characters, again, I'm going Reservoir Dogs. I really love Leonardo and Jonah Hill. Like, these are two of my favorite performances from both of them. It is my favorite performance from Jonah Hill, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought he was incredible in this. And he has...
Have you seen Gatsby?
No, I haven't seen Gatsby either. That's what I'm saying. I need a Leonardo watch-a-thon, marathon, filmography-a-thon. Leonardo-thon. So anyway, I love those two characters. The supporting characters are good too. I love John. I like the actors more than anything. John Bernthal, Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
Although the guy with the toupee, the dad, all these characters, all these funny moments. But like, I think my favorite performance out of all these movies is Leonardo. He's incredible.
Yeah.
But the characters in Reservoir Dogs, they are well-rounded. Some of them have different motivations. It's all like they're all together on the same heist and they all have different motivations. And as you said, like how it all culminates and it goes to like that Mexican standoff and we know all the information, but they don't know all the information. It ends so well. And I just love all the character work, how different all of them are. And when you put them together in this room, all this chaos ensues. So I'm going Reservoir Dogs. Where do you go for characters?
I was gonna go Reservoir Dogs because it's smaller, like it's a tighter.
Hey,
see, it's a tighter cast. But I think I'm gonna go Wolf of Wall Street only because Jonah Hill is a whole new character. I'm used to him being freaking super bad.
Either super bad or just more
And
Jonah
then-
Hill. This dude is acting here.
Yeah.
Like, he is a whole nother character.
And then Leonardo too, because like that, like it just shows how crazy how crazy he acted. Like even the I know the voice for sure. He sounded just like that guy.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like people say the mannerisms and stuff, but I mean I didn't see him, but only because like that, like every have you seen Django? Huh?
Yeah, of course.
Like that, like
he's
when-
great in Django as well.
Yeah, like he completely became that dude pretty much. Like, and I want to go Reservoir Dogs, but
That's all right. And even though like if I go Reservoir all the way through, I mean,
I mean you cheated.
my point
That means
was
you
going to be
cheated.
this isn't a math equation. Just because there's
visuals is director too,
visuals / direction, yes.
then that one I'll go Reservoir Dogs.
Ooh, what'd you see that you liked?
The way it's shot, like I said,
But like any specific scenes that come to mind? Because
yeah, he shot it like a freaking. It's like a mystery, like Glass Onion type shit. Like it's a mystery, but
yeah. Well, you see,
it's shot like old. Like I said, like a
Western.
yeah. But it's almost like how I said about scary movies. Like they're too CGI, where it's like it's too fake.
Yeah,
So like if you
like how it was all practically done and everything.
well, not only that, but if you were to use the old film too, like the way that they shoot it, it's
Right.
like there's like even with what's that shit called? Secret Invasion. The way it's filmed, it's like Captain America movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like a serious tone. Like,
so you're actually meaning like visuals, like not only how it's shot, like in terms of like film, but kind of like the film graininess of it,
Yeah.
and
I told you
yeah.
I love film graininess.
I also go Reservoir Dogs here.
Because the other one too, it's like okay, so I wasn't in this one, but like you're freaking Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
It's almost like that same shit. Like Oppenheimer was shot like serious, like we're getting shots. We need this shit to look good, and then Barbie's like bright as shit. It's like bright.
But even then, I mean, yeah, visual style. If you don't like the brightness, that's fine. But even then, like the sets and everything on Barbie looking really good.
Oh yeah, like the shots probably look freaking crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard
like
to
the
compare.
style.
Yeah, it's hard to compare because it's like shit.
That
like
was one of the categories I was considering instead of directing to a style. I mean, that is direction as well, but it's just, I think it makes more sense when you say style. Like, I like the style of this movie. Well, that's direction, right? Like, that's the director is choosing to make the movie that way. So what you're saying is like you like the way that it looks, but on top of that, how you're saying it's kind of like how you get different, how you go back in time. Like those are choices that the directors make. That's the direction, right?
Yeah, because it's still directing, but it's not. It's still directing, but it's like not directing. It's like it's almost like how I said Wolf of Wall Street. It's just like a bunch of scenes, like let's say The Office. The Office is just a bunch of episodes, like a bunch of days put together. You know what I mean? Like there's not really a story to it, but there is a story there. There's a story in the background of like there's the character stories, but the days don't matter. The days are just it's just a blend.
So visuals, we both went Reservoir. Now sounds, again, it's tricky because for most movies, I don't think the score like sticks out a lot.
Yeah. If it's like soundtrack, like sounds,
that too, soundtrack, either like visual, not visual effects, like sound effects. If it applies to a movie, these two I don't really think so. Soundtrack,
well, yeah, the Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, because
it's showing you the tone of the movie. The whole thing starts with like a virgin.
Yeah, they talk about music.
And then they have the Ooga Chaka. Then they have the Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah, and that scene doesn't work as well without the music. What I like about the music, I'm also going Reservoir Dogs on this. What I really like about the music in this movie is how it's all practical. Like every time you hear music, it's because it's on the radio and there's a radio nearby. Like in that torture scene, he leaves to go to his car and then you don't hear the music anymore. When you come back in, music kicks in again.
Yeah, like I like that. Like, and was it the same song or was it like the next station? There's something with that station too.
They kept bringing up that station.
Yeah, it's like a 70s because that's why I said it's almost like a shout out to American Psycho.
I haven't seen it, so I gotta watch it.
It could be a spoiler, but he's just explaining a song. I'm not gonna say anything crazy about it, but he's explaining a song and he's saying like the ironic part of this is they're actually talking about their depression, not how happy they are or whatever. Like there's a deeper meaning to the song, and then the guy's like, "Why the hell are you saying this shit?" And then he freaking kills him. I can't say who it is or anything like that, but it's a crazy scene because it's like it's showing the time. Like this is during the 70s. Like it's
set dressing.
Yeah. It's almost so much sound that you're directing. Like the sound you're using to direct, like help your visuals too. And all that shit.
Which is what sound should do. And a lot of the time, like even with score, is you don't notice it. I think I mentioned it before in the last time we did this. As a good score, you usually don't notice.
Yeah.
So it's doing its job. You shouldn't notice. Like if it's a bad score, you'll probably notice it. Or when it's a great score, you'll notice it. And sounds are really important to movies, even though the past four we haven't really had. Well, I would argue that Reservoir Dogs use it really good. Like it is an important category here for Reservoir Dogs, but most movies you probably wouldn't focus too much on it. But it is a very important section in movies.
Yeah.
So on the scoreboard, you'll also see 2 7s. So Augie's 7 is what he thought about my movie. My 7 is what I thought about yours. So just covering it again really quickly. Story, we both had Reservoir Dogs. Characters, you had Wolf of Wall Street. I had Reservoir Dogs. Visuals, we both had Reservoir. Sounds, we both had Reservoir. And rating, we both had 7 on each other's movies. But this doesn't tell the full story now, does it, Augie? No. Now, finally, which movie did you like more? Again, this isn't a math equation. This doesn't mean you like Reservoir Dogs more. You can appreciate the elements of the movie, but overall...
No, I like Wolf of Wall Street more, but I did like Reservoir Dogs a lot. Like I said, I wanted them to remake it. If they want to continue it, like not remake, don't touch it. If they want to do that, like, that's why I said you could do Mr. Purple or...
you say Mr. Purple one more time, I'm going to lose it.
Because I thought Mr. Pink was alive, but you killed him, so...
I did it.
Guess who's left?
Mr. Purple.
Mr. Purple.
What if Mr. Purple is the brother that's in Pulp Fiction? Or what if it's Samuel L. Jackson? You've never seen Pulp Fiction?
Nah.
Really?
It's just A lot of people say it's good. So
And
at
it
this
is.
point,
You
what if
know,
I watch it and it's not?
You'll like it. At the very least, you'll like it.
John Travolta.
Yeah. Career-defining performance.
Really?
Or redefining performance, yeah.
And then Samuel
Jackson's great in there, yeah. You would like it, and especially how it's told. One day I'll probably bring it up, but I'm not going to do 2 Tarantino movies in a row.
Yeah.
So overall, you still like Wolf of Wall Street more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like, what's it called too, even though it's a 7.
And
You
of
disrespected
course,
mine.
I didn't. I just think, like, it's not like all these scores are landslides, but of course, I pick Reservoir Dogs over.
Rotten Tomatoes would erase your shit if you put a 7 on Wolf of Wall Street.
That's not true.
What'd they give it? Low?
Oh, no, I don't know what the Rotten Tomatoes scores are. But Rotten Tomatoes, if you're like 5 or under, then it's like a smashed tomato. I think it's like 59% and under. It's a smashed tomato.
So what is a 7?
On what, their scale or on mine?
Your scale.
That means a 7 means that I liked it.
From a grape to a raisin. What is
Oh,
that?
in terms of like fruit? Well, what's the
Like,
grape?
This movie is a raisin.
A raisin is 1?
I guess so. Because you don't like raisins, right?
Yeah, who does?
Me.
You like raisins?
You could eat more.
Okay.
Oh,
We're moving on.
That's fun.
So those are our final scores, final tally. We didn't convince each other this time. You got me on the first one. We didn't get each other this time. That's all right, because we got plenty more. Finally, what's up next? What am I watching?
Well, I mean, I want to pick 3 movies for you now. Because how many movies do you have? You pick mine first.
I have a lot. I have a whole list.
Give me 3.
I have like 30.
Give me 2.
2?
No, yeah, give me 2. I'm gonna give you 3 just because.
Do you want?
Because I don't think you're gonna pick one. Just
I'm gonna give you a newer one since you were complaining that I was giving you a
Yo.
90s movie for some
Flash.
reason. Or I think it was like, I don't even know when this movie came out. Maybe early 2000s. No, it's 90s. The Flash. No, not The Flash.
The Faculty.
I'm going to give you a fairly new movie.
2.
All right. Horror movie? Your opinions on horror movies is
Do you
probably
like-
is
okay.
probably you at your best.
Do you-
It'll make for great content.
Do you like the one with the red door?
The Red Door? Isn't that what it's called?
But what is it?
Insidious?
I hate that.
I've never seen any of them. My favorite thing is you explaining to me horror movies that I've never seen.
Huh.
And like I feel like you told me like The Boy. You told me the whole plot of The Boy.
The Boy, huh?
And I feel like I've seen the whole thing, but you're just shitting on it the whole time. So I'd love to get your opinion on a horror movie. Or we can do animated. Which one you want?
Just tell me both and I'll pick one.
Again, fairly new movies. So horror movie, I'm going Barbarian.
Oh, I want to see that one though. That's the one where
Well,
he's like
you haven't
a
seen it.
hunter or some shit, huh?
No.
No, he's not a hunter.
No,
but
no.
He's like,
No, you're thinking of The Northman.
oh,
They came out around the same time,
That's
I think.
the one I
though.
want to see then.
I want to see it too. I haven't seen it.
The Barbarian.
So it's just called Barbarian.
Oh.
The one you're talking about is The Northman. So this one is Barbarian or Puss in Boots. They both came out last year. I think Barbarian came out last year. So it's horror or animated, and I would rather have your horror thoughts, but if you want to go animated, that's good. That's cool. We can maybe save the horror for October. I don't know.
Is that the next time I'm on?
No. Well, I was like, what? I'll look at my phone. I was like, what month are we in? We're in
Okay.
July, at the end of July. I'll try to get you.
I had 2 in July.
Well, one uploaded in July, but I think we
This one's
recorded.
not? Oh no.
This one's uploading in August.
Holy shit.
In 1 week from today.
I'll watch the scary one. Is it scary or is it like a thriller? Like just
It won't give you nightmares. I'll tell you that. It's not that scary, but it's a horror.
No, but I mean, is it just gonna be like done? Like he's just gonna pop out?
I can't tell you all that.
No, well, there's different. Like
It's
okay. So if you watch Scream,
that's a slasher, yeah.
but it's horror, right? So like that, is it a slasher? Is it
It's not a
freaking- Is it
slasher.
a done?
Well, I don't want to give anything away, but do you want me to just give you a quick little premise?
I just want to know like, how are people gonna die in this movie? Because people are gonna die, right? So,
I can't
like,
say that.
No, I'm just saying, like,
There's not that many people in this movie. I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay. So, does he have a?
Why are you
Like-
assuming it's a he? You're making a lot of stuff. It sounds like you're interested. You're gonna make me pick it.
I'll watch it, but I just wanted to know what kind of like horror movie. Like, is it The Exorcist? Is it like a nasty? horror?
No.
Oh, you know what a nasty horror would be? Probably like
It's-
The Evil Dead. Like,
Yeah,
They try to make.
There's
it,
no demons. I don't want to tell you everything that it's not, because then you're gonna boil it down. It's a horror movie.
Don't tell me what it is.
All right. It's more like a slasher than it is Paranormal Activity. How about that?
Yeah.
And
like
even
that.
then, whoever's seen this movie is probably just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. but
that shit is magical.
all right, well, because you keep asking questions we talked about the most, you're doing it.
No, I'll watch it.
Barbarian is what you're watching.
Because Puss in Boots, I'll probably see anyway. I
Okay.
wanted to see it. But if it's good enough, I'll wait. I won't watch it.
Okay.
So you can. But if not, I'll just watch it.
You should just watch it regardless, but if you don't, maybe...
But I'll watch The Flash too. I hate all these. I haven't even seen it. But I'm just mad that all these people are saying shit about it.
It's because people want the DCEU to die already.
No, you know what I get mad about the movies is like the Batman vs Superman. You never would have, not you, but
Yeah.
you never would have got that shit. So it's like
Well, some people are like, I wish I never had this shit.
that's crazy.
Batman vs Superman was good.
The
Well-
extended.
The extended one, yeah, sure.
all the extended.
I'm going to change my wording. It's okay. Like, the actual fight is cool. We're not going to review Batman vs Superman right now.
no. Like
We're not doing that
but
right
all
now.
the extended, Justice League extended,
It was better.
I'm guessing there'll probably be a Flash extended. Like,
No. At least, well, those
Deleted.
other
Well-
two were Zack Snyder. This one...
well, that's what's crazy about Batman vs Superman, because like 2 scenes could have changed the whole movie. Like, well, in the extended one we saw, but that's just crazy. Like, so I'll watch that. Your movie.
What's my movie?
I want to give you 3 only because I don't think you're gonna pick one at all. Like, one's just you're not even gonna pick it. So the other 2 are really there.
I would just like to say that you gave me a really sad movie. You gave me a 3-hour movie. Maybe make something a little more digestible for me.
But they were good. Okay.
They were
so
good.
now I'm going to give you a robbery movie then. Or, okay, so I was going to say American Psycho because you haven't seen it. Probably be good.
That is a movie that I've seen clips and like pictures of.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay, kind of want to see this.
pretty badass. And then, so American Psycho, Den of Thieves. That's the one I really would, because you get action, you get some action.
You really
But-
want me to see this movie? It better be really good.
It's good. It's good. And
But like the stuff happening there that's that important that we're going to talk about for like 30 minutes.
it's a good story. Like,
All right.
because like it's kind of like Reservoir Dogs, but it's like it's a different one. You know what I mean?
But worse.
Nah,
Is this
All
movie better
crazy.
than Reservoir Dogs? Don't you lie to me.
that's not fair.
I guess I got to watch it then. And again, since I guess we talked about it so much, Den of Thieves it is.
All right, so I'll just tell you my, because you
Okay.
said now you said you didn't want to be sad, so I was gonna say Ghost Story.
Yeah, I knew that was coming up. You brought
that's
it up
a
last
good ass
time.
movie, and no one's even seen it.
Well, I think like,
I'm like the only one
Film
that's
buffs
seen
have
it. I got
seen
it at Redbox.
yeah.
You don't have to watch Ghost. You can watch. You know when you're gonna watch Ghost Story? You can watch it on Halloween. That's when you can watch it.
It's not, I know it's not a horror. I kind of know what it's about, but are there horror
It's Casey
elements?
Anthony. No,
Casey Anthony?
Casey Anthony. Casey Affleck.
You made it almost 2 whole episodes without saying anything controversial. Here you
That's
go.
not controversial. I didn't say anything about her. I just said the name.
Why is she on your mind? Huh? Why is she on your mind so much?
Casey Affleck.
All right. So there it is. Point at the matchup. It's right there floating. You can't see it, but it's there. It's floating. We got Den of Thieves starring 50 Cent. He's like in it, right? He's not starring.
And Mini Cube,
And Mini Cube
your favorite.
versus Barbarian. A matchup for the ages. This is the most random matchup, but I'm down for it.
Okay, so like I said, I'll bring my apprentice. Maybe Mr. Purple. I might
He's
bring.
gonna get bored. Can we call him Mr. Purple?
I'll call him Mr. Purple, dude. After those
From now on, yeah.
After those wins, he's Mr. Purple.
I'm gonna call you Mr. Purple. Change your PlayStation name to Mr. Purple.
I'll be Mr. Purple. I'm not mad at that. Who
All
are
right.
you gonna be then?
I don't know. You see, yours came up naturally. You can't just force it on me.
Damn.
Just let the series ride, and then if something comes up,
You could be Mr. Green.
Mr. Thieves, Mr. Den of Thieves. We'll let it happen.
Green. I'm not giving you Mr. Red. And everybody wants to be Mr. Black.
3 people are going to argue over it.
You're Mr. Yellow.
Why?
I don't want to go into it. I
Okay, so if you made it this far, hour and 50 minutes. God damn. If you made it this far.
an hour or 50 minutes longer than expected.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think we can make these any shorter. I think we're just going to naturally
It's an
go
hour
long every
movie.
time. There you go. If you like our breakdowns, if you like this video, if you like hanging out with us, then definitely subscribe to us. We got plenty more. I'm going to bring this guy on probably every 3 weeks. So maybe at one point you'll be on like the first of the first week of the month and the last week. So at some point you'll have 2 episodes. And if it's 2 horrors, I would love that.
What did you just say?
2 horrors.
2 horror movies?
Yeah.
Two
horrors?
2 horrors?
Horrors? Maybe it has to play out that way. We'll see.
Yeah, it depends. 1 episode on Patreon?
He really wants a Patreon, so help us get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll give him
Or
$1.
$1,000?
If we get 10 subscribers from this video, he's going to shave his beard too.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
I really, because you're like 2, and I was like,
I didn't even address my beard thing, but oh well.
you shave your head.
You got to shave something first. Anyway, so
We'll shave our
subscribe
heads.
to
All
the
crazy.
channel, like the video. It helps more than you think. And until next time, peace out.
I'm here to double down.